Hello, hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome to Stars with Stasi, where no matter who or what you are on this cosmic journey, you are welcome here. I'm Stasi, your trusted psychic, intuitive reader, and fellow Scorpio. This is your weekly Chismosa reading, so your love reading. And we're going to look at the first section of the reading is going to be about those of us who are in relationship or looking for a relationship. And then we're going to get into the nitty gritty. What's the vibe? Where'd they go? Are you getting ghosted? Are you in separation? Are you the one that needed time, Scorpio? So this is being recorded on November 12th, but it is a timeless reading. However, I would be silly not to mention that we do have the full moon in Taurus happening in our 7th house, and that's on the 15th. So that is going to affect our relationships. It's going to affect partnerships, marriages, and we have it also open enemies. So let's look at this. First, we've got the King of Wands, the Chariot card, and the Seven of Swords. One more, please. Temperance card. Interesting. Some of you maybe, if you're in relationship and you've been in a situation where you have lost trust in your partner, I really feel like that's going to be coming up this week. There is energy here to have some intentional healing towards it because I see the Temperance card after the Seven of Swords. We've got the King of Wands as well. King of Wands usually represents someone, and I'm going to show you here. So King of Wands is very fiery, right? But usually when this shows up in a love reading or this could be an energy of someone who is here for a good time, not a long time. Or, right, the vibe that I'm getting is that you feel that your person might have stepped out, or maybe Scorpio, it could have been you. The energies could be switched. This is a general reading. But either way, even if it was just the thought that has been crossing the mind of you or your partner, with the Chariot card here, I feel like there's more control. And you know what's interesting is I keep hearing this message that moving forward, relationships are really going to shift, and the way we see them. And Scorpios are moving into this energy of releasing control in relationships because we can see the benefit to both sides of that coin, right? Scorpios tend to sometimes be very jealous and possessive, but also get bored easy in relationships. So, you know, I think it's going to be like a shift in redefining how you run your relationship because the Chariot card comes through as well. And the Chariot in the traditional Rider-Waite deck is seated between a black sphinx and a white sphinx. And it's signifying that, you know, the power play here is to remain neutral and to try to see both sides of the coin, hear your partner out, as well as speak what it is that you want. But there is something here where you haven't been trusting, or vice versa. The energy, like it feels like somebody might be lying, cheating, stealing with the Seven of Swords, with the Sagittarius energy here. You could be dealing with the Sagittarius, or it may very well be that you want to heal it because you have a family together, right? Because that's what I'm seeing here. There's family. There's more to this picture than just, you know, the idea that somebody may have stepped out or may have wanted to. Interesting. Let me look at this vibe check here. Whoops. One moment, Scorpio. And again, this isn't going to be for everybody, and this energy could be switched. And I think I said that already. So with the King of Wands, all right, so these things came out as potential themes. They want me to take this one and this one. Interesting, because these are two cards. It says longing, missing you, let's talk, reunion. And this reads lust, greed by any means necessary, inconsiderate. Scorpio, this energy is showing up saying to you, like, trust your instincts. If you're feeling like your person is stepping out on you, or if you are longing for someone else while you're in what is perceived to be a committed relationship, this is a time to have an open discussion. Because what the pain is, and what I'm picking up, the pain is the lying, the cheating, the manipulating, the gaslighting. That's where the pain is, because the beauty is in the family, the togetherness. But that only happens when there's transparency. So let's see here, Scorpio. How can we clarify this, and what is the path ahead? So interesting. I see the Ace of Swords, a few cards flipped up. I have a little cluster here and they want me to take it that way. So I've got the Ace of Swords with the Knight of Cups, Six of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and Six of Swords. So this is actually very good energy, Scorpio. I'm seeing here that some of you are going to have a new offer of love come through with somebody who's very stable. And this could be somebody who has a higher level position in whatever it is that they do. So if they are, and when I say higher level, I don't even mean like they're in charge of other people necessarily, but whatever it is that they do, they are very skilled at it. And they're very good with their resources. And I would say they're very grounded, which is a very different energy than what you are either in or coming out of. Because I have to be honest, even though there's a desire here to help heal this situation, the idea of your relationship remaining monogamous or remaining closed and nothing happening again, it seems unlikely. And I'm sorry to say that. This person that you're dealing with, or you, whoever it is that is feeling the call to step away from the traditional marriage or relationship, I feel that the desire to step out continues to happen until changes are made. So, you know, with the Ace of Swords coming through with the Knight of Cups, this is new information coming through, new communication. I feel like there is someone else on the horizon here, Scorpio, because like I said, we have the Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Swords. So sixes are a Venusian number: love, balance, harmony, fairness. And with that King of Pentacles, that's a very solid energy. We have the Knight of Cups coming through with the Ace of Swords. This is new information, a new conversation. Somebody wants to tell you something. This is an apology, a strong offer of love. Somebody coming through that has emotional intelligence is what I'm hearing. And again, this could be masculine or feminine. Whatever it is that you have been healing from here, I still feel very strongly that this relationship is one where, again, if the boundaries of the relationship don't change so that this King of Wands energy can freely express him or herself, I feel that there would be more heartache in the future. So let's look again. Anything else on this relationship here that, yeah, actually, so with the 10, sorry, I've got the 10 of Wands here and the 2 of Pentacles. The 2 of Pentacles is maybe like, in this case, someone balancing two people, like trying to figure out what it is that they can do, which way they want to go. And with this 10 of Swords, no, 10 of Wands, this is like the end of something very difficult. Someone's making a decision here shortly, Scorpio, and I feel like it's going to be you. I feel that you get the information that you need to decide if you want to continue down this path that is actually making you feel rather uneasy. So let's see here. Let's check here with this deck. What can you tell me about this current or okay. So the current energy, and this is the second time something like this comes up. This one says thinking, missing you, craving, and desiring. And right now we're not talking about if you're in separation. This is your active relationship, and this is the energy of that other person or you thinking and craving something that is potentially missing. It does feel, again, I hate to say this, but it feels like the relationship you're in, if you are, again, if this reading is for you, if you're in a relationship where you think or are thinking about someone else, right? Like you think your partner is involved with someone or you've been thinking about someone else. This is a big energy of your mind or their mind still being with the affair partner is what I just heard. And I don't know, Scorpio. Again, this isn't going to be for everybody, but this really feels like one of you is putting a lot of effort into healing this. Maybe somebody just had a baby, or this is a new family here, because you see this Temperance card. There's like a young child. There's multiple people here. This is a family, and there's energy here of leaving and, walking away from that. And what's interesting is that if you are in relationship and not trusting it or considering your options, I will say that you have 2 sevens here. And 7 is a real spiritual number. You may be in a position where you need to trust your intuition. You may not get all of the facts, right? You have to rely on your gut. But the bottom line is that this energy of this full moon, depending on when you watch this, but if you're watching this around the 15th of November with the full moon in our 7th house, if anything like this is going on in your relationship, it's going to come to the surface. And again, I know that not Scorpios don't love to hear this, but your options are to open up the relationship and because the idea that you're going to fall back into some kind of major trust now that it's broken, and you have an energy here with where it's either you or your person thinking about someone or something else outside of your relationship, that full moon's going to highlight that, and it's going to bring it to the surface. So it's going to be a matter of, can you separate longing and lust from love? Or do you even believe that love is what you had if you or your partner have stepped out? And I think that's what's happening here. Like, what is the benefit of staying in this relationship? And there could be some, regardless of what has happened. It may be that you have to wait or pace yourself in the exit plan of it all, if that's what you choose to do. So, all right. Now, they want me to pull a couple more. Keep going, please. Anything else that we need to know for this relation? How about one sec? Okay, so the 4 of Swords comes through. This is like rest your mind and just take a deep breath and really think about what it is that you want long term. And maybe this is about taking a time out for yourself, pampering yourself, going inward a little bit and saying, okay, what is it that I know for fact, and what is it that I feel, and what is important to me in my next phase of life? Because ultimately the cards are suggesting that once you get out of this heaviness, or once you have at least more room in your life for opportunity, you have a more stable partnership that's looking to make an offer to you. And again, that person was King of Pentacles. This is a person that has a lot more stability and wants a more stable home life. So it's available to you, Scorpio. That much I will say. Any final words for those of us looking for a relationship? Again, if you are not in a relationship, you're single and you're looking, that still stands. That King of Pentacles with the 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords still suggests that the person that's coming in, very different than what you had been. This is someone who's super satisfied at home or out. Doesn't need to be in the hype of it all the time. This is somebody who prefers to, focus on things that are of the moment. They're very resourceful is how it's coming through. A family person as well. But however, I'm not certain that this person has a family of their own, but they are happy if you already are established. Like, they're open to welcoming others. Like, maybe they have grown kids or something like that. And I've got the 7 of Swords. So this is the third 7 that's come up for you. Now, if this is somebody new that comes in, I have to say that this card is hitting differently. This is telling me that this person's had an eye on you for a while, and now they're just going to come forward for the first time. They've been thinking about the right way to approach you, especially if you are already in a relationship. They're kind of looking for an in. All right. And anything else before we move on to those of us in separation? It's funny. I just looked at I'm getting a ping. I just looked at my time and it's 1:11. And Scorpio, 111. So I was just going to say that adds up to 3, which is a number of really creation. But I also feel like this is wish fulfillment. And as I was going to say that, here comes the 10 of Cups. And this is fulfillment in the emotional. This is that family that you've always wanted, that relationship you've always wanted, even if you don't know what that is now. And that's exactly what I'm feeling. I'm feeling this energy of Scorpios like, okay, my entire life I thought I was supposed to be a mom, be a wife, be a dad, have 3 kids, provide for my family, whatever role you thought you had. And now, depending on what stage of life you're in, you're re-examining that. Do I actually want kids? Do I need to have this type of environment where I'm always in one place? Or do I want to travel? So I feel like as you explore that, whatever it is that you're supposed to do with your life, that feeling gets stronger. And so that anything standing in the way of that will start to show cracks, right? It'll start to show why it's not for you anymore. And then other opportunities open up. So Scorpio, if you are in a relationship where you are feeling stuck or stagnant, again, you're not limited, and we're going to step into that energy right here in a second, where you're not limited. The universe is abundant, and there are multiple scenarios for each person in which you can find happiness, not just the one that you are in currently. So, all right, now, when I keep seeing the number 7 pop up, also, I feel like you're being divinely guided to your next partnership, or to the next phase of your current partnership, whatever that means for you. And I also just heard, if you're an empty nester and you're in a relationship, that you and your partner are going to explore a lot of different avenues for fulfillment. So I see a lot of travel and visiting family that, lives in other countries. Like, that's what I'm seeing, a lot of travel for those couples. And lastly, like I said, if you are in a situation where you are open to relationship, I am getting the ping for potentially someone else who is, I am getting a ping for someone who's younger than you, or at least very youthful minded, forward thinking, different than you. And also someone who is maybe more, they like to get out, right? They like to do things. And so this is going to be someone who kind of pulls you out of your shell. So I know that earlier I was talking about the King of Pentacles being very stable and being happy being in, but they're also a planner, right? This is somebody who is just happy to go and do new things. So, all right, Scorpio, I wish you the best of luck. Now, for those of us in separation, let's find out what's the vibe. All right, what's going on with Scorpio and their person? Where are they? Where have they been? Do we have a potential for a reconnection? Show me what's the vibe. All right, these cards read wishful thinking, second chance, deja vu, and nostalgia. Someone is missing you. Glow up, new opportunities, new career, successful business, and hopeful, inspired, optimistic, and success. You know what this is, Scorpio? This is somebody has been watching you since they have been in separation from you, and they're watching your glow up. And I think, to be honest with you, for those of you that ended in somewhat good terms, right? I feel like this person wishes things could have been different, and, wants to see you succeed. But I am feeling like they are still not in a position to offer you what you want. This card pops up. This says, I fantasize about you. And that keeps happening. I keep seeing that. Scorpio, for some of you, remember when I was saying earlier that the energies might be switched? I have to be honest. This same person hear me out. Let's just say you were the party that has been fantasizing about stepping out on your current partner, or you are the person that did step out. It happens. We're adults, right? It happens. No judgment. If that was you, the person that you stepped out with is this person here. They can't stop thinking about you. They want things to go well for you. And I think that maybe they are, that's why they're watching. So that's interesting. This says, I underestimated how important you are in my life. Oh, Scorpio, you must have laid it down on somebody. What? So geez, that's too many. Hold on. The one on the floor is the one they want me to read too. Hold on. Where did it go? Let me make sure. These cards have a tendency to fly. Alrighty. This says, I let people manipulate me into ghosting you. Huh. So perhaps Scorpio, you or the other person, if a partner caught wind, right, was like, you need to leave her or him alone. Interesting. This reading has many facets. It's like there's a good 50% of Scorpios that are playing both sides of this coin here. And listen, look, everyone deserves to be happy. I'm not condoning, right, lying, cheating, stealing by any means. But unfortunately, right, people make really impulsive decisions when they choose to swallow their words and their emotions, and they don't allow themselves the respect of being honest. So, if you are beating yourself up or beating up a partner for transgressions, I really think that, you have to see a bigger picture. Like, why is this happening? Is there a space where we really aren't supposed to be together? And as the universe pulling you towards something else? This says, no one understands me but you. You may have had an emotional connection with someone. So for whatever reason, whoever you're in separation from, Scorpio, has this energy of like, they can't stop thinking about you. No one's gotten them like you have. You were very, I'm hearing like very sexual, very passionate. There's a lot of desire here. What else do we have? This says, I can't promise you anything. I'm stuck in visions of us together. This is still somebody who, as much as they want to be part of your life, I don't feel like they think they're good enough for you. The way this is coming through, I'm going to pull cards here. This is coming through like devil energy, like somebody who may have some addictions and they feel like you deserve better. They feel that, or they can't handle the amount of passion that you have to offer. They can't go down that road with you long term. I'm hearing it was easier when things were messy. So perhaps if you were involved in any type of third-party situation of whatever that looks like, maybe it was easier because somebody was holding their feelings back. But if there's been a recent change in someone's relationship status, like now you're becoming single or they are, now there's some real fear like, oh, wow, I don't know that I can give them all that they want. This person's healing through something. Again, I feel like some sort of addiction, potentially alcoholism, potentially I was just going to say, to be honest, I was going to say like somebody has a real need to be desired. So here is the Knight of Wands energy. I feel like all of these players are well entwined, from the person that you're separated from to the person that you're in. So maybe this is a fresh breakup, because this is Knight of Wands energy. And again, that's in and out energy. Somebody's here for a good time, not a long time. And earlier we had the King of Wands. And, I just feel like, so you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries energy. the World card signifying a completion of a cycle. You may have had some karmic issues or some karmic debt with the person that you're recently separated from. Maybe that's how you got entangled to begin with, especially if this was some sort of... I just heard the words lucid affair. Jeez. All right, one second. Geez. All right. So they want me to take that marriage card that just popped out. Somebody is... Oh, Scorpio. Oh, child. Hold on. Oh, they just spilled... Here's the chismosa. So they just spilled all the tea. Look. If you are in separation from someone and you're like, I don't know what happened. We were vibing so well. Things were going good, child. They were married, right? If you're not the married one and this isn't your mess, because it's true that some of you are in a committed or a perceived committed relationship. And the energy I'm getting is that you suspected your person was out. And so you're like, I'm whatever, right? There's just some kind of unease here. But this, I'm getting an energy of you were being ghosted or you're in separation because someone's third party energy, but that marriage or that situation is coming to an end and you're going to find out about it. Page of Swords. And remember earlier we had the Ace of Swords. So look, it doesn't matter if you're in relationship now or not. If you've had a past person, right? This really feels that way. If you've had a past person and it was just like everything seemed perfect except that third party, and it was like the one that got away, I don't know. That one that got away, you might find out something happened with their marriage. 10 of Pentacles here with this Page of Swords. And I have the Three of Wands here signifying like moving away, like something has transpired in this other person's life. And here we've got the Fool card, the Chariot card, and the Nine of Swords. I think that this reason that this person is going to be unavailable for you for a little bit more time is because, they're beat up. They just started over. Like they had a whirlwind with you. They took some time. They're in healing mode. So not sure that this is the best time to reconnect, but let's look further. Let's see. Is there a reconnection here? Because I did see that first card came up as second chances. And I also saw new opportunities and career and business. I feel like the other person in your life that you're separated from is going through all kinds of changes, financial, marital, relationship, like, oof. This says here, I'm scared you will reject me. I think that they know that while the passion's there, you're not one to be messed with. They are feeling not good enough for you. And you know what? They might be right. But you also, I think, have some things in your own world to clean up as well. And this says you're always on my mind. So Scorpio, you really have yourself a situation where whoever has been separated from you for whatever reason, I feel like they're going through some sort of dark night. I say that, and here comes the Scorpio card. You could be attracting another Scorpio. I mean, that's, definitely true or separating from a Scorpio. But this is more or less, I think the person that ghosted you, if that's your situation, is just going through it. And they're in a this vibe of like, what's that? They're starting to see themselves, right? Six of Wands. They're starting to see themselves. I think they're just starting to gain their confidence back, but I think they're afraid to approach you. Wheel of Fortune. Maybe they think it's too late and that it, if it was meant to be, it's going to happen. That I'm actually getting that. Perhaps Scorpio also, this person thinks about you because you showed them a different way of life, a different way of being. I'm picking up like you're a deep thinker. You're very passionate. You've got a vibe about you that's so different, right? It's never just like, hey, how's it going? It's deep conversation. Things are intentional. Things are meaningful. And this person misses that, but also isn't sure that they can match your vibe because I think on the other hand, they're going through a separation and hearing all the negative things about them. Does that make sense? the Magician card comes through. They're really working on themselves, Scorpio. So any last words for Scorpio? What's the advice with this person that can't stop thinking of Scorpio? What's the final advice? I don't know, Scorpio. This might not be the one. Literally, the advice, Queen of Swords, 10 of Swords, and 2 of Wands. So this may have been passionate. This may have been all the things, but this is not the time for you and this person to reconnect, simply because you do have some energy here where this person is rebuilding. You've got the Queen of Swords coming through with the 10 of Swords. This is something completely coming to an end, and truth coming to light, decisions being made, intentional action forward to make space, because this 2 of Wands is an exploration card. This is you moving forward. If by chance this is the other person, it may very well be that this is the ending of that person's relationship and they are moving on to better things. And so while you may be one of those things down the road, now is not the best time. This person isn't confident yet in themselves. It's like too fresh of a wound. And also, Scorpio, I feel like you're being redirected as well. So then one more thing, let's look. Is there anybody brand new coming through? Can we go back to that King of Pentacles? I have the 4 of Cups. Like, it's going to be difficult for you, Scorpio, but when I said, is there someone coming through? The hard part here is you and this person, right, had a lot of passion, a lot of fun, and you're holding everyone you're meeting to this level. You're saying, I don't want them if they're not as fun or as good or as passionate or as sexy as fill in the blank. The problem is that that person wasn't telling you everything, and they held back. They were showing you their representative, their strengths, right? And yet it does look like somebody was definitely in a relationship. There was third-party energy, and maybe they got caught, things changed, who knows? But either way, the temperature of this old past person isn't vibing where you are. You're actually going to get much better, because when I asked, is there something else coming, this 4 of Cups shows up. And of course, that means that while you're over here thinking about that past person, the universe is crafting a new opportunity for love. Anything else? Can you tell me more about this Ace of Cups? I got the Hermit card coming through. You could be attracting a Virgo, Earth energy. And we talked about that because remember I saw that King of Pentacles. So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, you could be attracting. And then I've got the 3 of Pentacles coming through. This could be somebody that is, well, this isn't what this card generally means. I'm picking up you could be meeting someone who is like an arbitrator, a teacher, somebody who makes things happen for other people. It might even be somebody pretty spiritual, like like I said earlier, remember how I said somebody who's like a leader in what they do? This is like somebody who, oh, yeah, Scorpio, there's somebody definitely coming through. Here's the Ace of Cups. And I'm picking this energy up as somebody who's very giving of themselves, a volunteer, somebody who's a humanitarian, actually. And they're taking me back to that King of Pentacles. They're saying this is somebody who so vibes with where it is that you're headed, right? But it's so different than where you are now. It's like you meet someone who's actively doing the things that you've been thinking you'd like to get involved in. And here's the Ace of Cups. And just to piggyback on that, here's Judgment. And that's when you're being called to your purpose. So this new person coming in has like a path already paved and knows the way to what it is that would actually make you happy. And the Lovers card comes through, Gemini energy. And so you may be at a crossroads, leaving your old life behind to step forward with this new energy. And interesting. Guys, look, I couldn't make this up. The Devil card is number number 15, which reduces to 6, which is this is the polarity, right? So Capricorn energy, then we've got Gemini energy. This is the lying, the cheating, the stealing, the ick, the addiction, the mental health issues, the heavy, right? Just the whatever it is, the lying, the arguing at home, the abuse, all of that ick, the narcissism, the person that would sometimes give you enough morsels of fun to keep stringing you along. And then it's like on the other side of the spectrum, in comes this very stable and able energy, and it might be overwhelming for you, but it's where you're headed. So it's a crossroads. Like, are you willing to get uncomfortable so that you can benefit from that decision long term? All right, Scorpio, we are going to take a quick look at some shadow work and then the final energy of the week. So this reads, taking a vow. Wow. Number 20, taking a vow. But what's interesting is in the major arcana, number 20 is the judgment card. So this is taking a vow for yourself, not to someone else, not to a god, not to a deity, not the same thing, not to a partner, not to any of that, right? This is you taking a vow to yourself, to your mental health, to your well-being, and saying, okay, what is it that I really want? What do I truly desire? Even if it's not in the relationship I have, what did I really like so much about that person I keep thinking about? Because maybe you're thinking about that past person so much because they are thinking about you. And, you can't blame one another for having these thoughts, but also really dig deep. What was it truly? Don't repaint it. Take a vow to be honest with yourself, because there is new energy coming here, and it's one that feels very overwhelmingly satisfying. That's how I'm going to put it. Overwhelmingly satisfying. Oh, I hope that's true, Scorpio. How much fun would that be, right? All right. And then as we wrap up this week, I'm also hearing again that Scorpios are really struggling with the control in relationship. A lot of Scorpios, because it's not for us. We don't really love to share our people, our resources. We don't love to share. It's not our thing. And I know that I get a lot of pushback on that. I'm simply sharing with you the energies that keep coming forward. And again, it's not for everybody. Depending on where you are in life, it's definitely not going to be for everybody. But the younger you are, the more that you have cycled through different types of scenarios, the more that you may want to explore what it would look like to just have a situation where, everyone's needs are met and you're not the sole person doing that. And, whatever that looks like, Scorpio, take it or leave it. But this actually reads center yourself. Take a few deep breaths to regain your center. Now you can approach life from a more mindful place. Right? When you eliminate the lying, the cheating, the stealing, when you eliminate the need for secrecy, right? Because everything is transparent. How much more would you learn about your needs and desires? How much more would you learn about what's actually within your control when it comes to the other people in your life? So, all right, Scorpio, this year ahead in 2025 is going to challenge us. It's going to challenge us quite a bit. Just so much it's happening. And I would just urge you guys to remember ultimately that we are all stars from the sky with feet on the ground, doing the best we can with the information that we have. So be kind to yourselves and each other. This is a time of great change. Keep an open mind, explore what is true for you, and challenge the things that you've always believed about yourself or your partners to be true. Because the reality of it is we often wear masks and we sometimes get lost in the sauce of other people's needs and desires versus our own needs and desires. I wish you the best of luck, Scorpio. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and have a blessed week ahead. May the magic that we weave and the words that we speak bring healing to all those who seek it. See you next week, Scorpio. Shine brightly.